Hi, Neil here from the SMJ Media Group, and we are with...
Peter.
Well done. Thank you very much, Peter. Peter from Social, Epsom Social, that is. And we have got the lovely Jack on the sliding faders there. So tell us about Epsom Social. Sounds a bit like a club.
Yes, yeah. So it's typical kind of London-style food hall, and these places are growing all around the UK at the moment. So we have an 8,000 square foot venue in the heart of Epsom, so in Epsom Square. We got 6 food vendors. We got a big 12-metre long bar. We got a stage where we have events throughout the week. So it's a place for everybody. It's very casual, big communal tables, street food. So we got everything from Korean through to gelato. We got pizza, we got some kids menus, we got lunch deals, and all very reasonable prices. So it's kind of a place for the family, place for casual food, casual drinks. And our whole, I guess, brand and ethos is eat, drink, chill.
Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. Eat. So obviously it's based in Epsom, yep. And you're collaborating with loads of different people on this project, aren't you?
Yes, so I have a consultation agency, so we support a lot of early stage entrepreneurs in hospitality. So people with ideas looking to develop concepts, looking to launch and looking to grow. And I was actually through one of our clients during COVID that introduced us to the landlord of Epsom Square. And they had this big site, so 8,000 square foot. And we pitched this food hall idea. So they were excited by it, and we eventually developed a partnership. So we're very closely working with the landlord of Epsom Square, which has been amazing. And obviously we work closely with the vendors. So we have 6 different food vendors. So they obviously develop their concepts in conjunction with us, and we support them in launching their business and running it. And then with the general community, so we're genuinely community focused. We have ambassadors, so men's mental health ambassadors. We work with the local playhouse, local theatre groups, local universities.
So of course in Epsom the theatre group is quite prominent, isn't it? The Epsom Playhouse. Everyone knows about that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's huge. So we're actually exclusively sponsoring the Panto this year, which should be fun. So
does that mean they're going to do a little bit on your stage then? You know, beforehand.
Yeah, so they're going to hopefully do pre-show and after-show parties. It's Alice in Wonderland this year, so we want to do hopefully like a yellow brick road from the Playhouse up to Epsom Social.
Okay.
So it should be a fun thing to be part of.
Fantastic. So let's obviously you've got that project going, the Epsom Social, which is absolutely a magnificent idea. You know, bringing all these food vendors together, a nice space for somebody to eat, and putting on a show. So, but let's talk about Peter. Let's talk about what was your journey. You didn't just wake up one morning and go, "I'm going to open up a food hall," did you?
No, I think I woke up one morning when I was 7 for some reason. And just thought I wanted to be in hospitality. I've no idea why. People say it's the age of reason.
Okay.
But I think probably my mother hosting parties and forcing me to cook and be a waiter.
My mum used to do that, but,
really?
but I used to eat it. I didn't serve it. I used to eat it, but no, she used to. I mean, back then it was a time of, you know, you had parties at home. You had dinner parties, you know, with candles and things like that.
Absolutely. So you were more clever than me. I slaved for free. But she used to host Tupperware parties and bring her friends around and
book parties as well.
No books.
No book. Oh, okay.
She didn't read too much. So more Tupperware and just dinner parties. So I used to cook or help her cook initially, and then set the table and serve. And I just loved it. And I loved the feedback I think I got from it.
Okay.
And even now today, that sense of caring for people and cooking something from your heart and soul, giving it to people and seeing them being pleased by it.
Yeah.
And then maybe serving or whatever it may be, getting a review at the end of a meal or something. It's the same feeling. It's the same kind of pleasure and fulfillment of caring for others.
That customer service.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
Okay, so little Peter was 7.
Yes.
He then went through school. Okay, so catering college?
Yeah, so actually, I'm super logical and structured in my approach. Kind of weirdly so. So I did end up doing 7 years of education, all in hospitality. So I did a degree in culinary arts, which was amazing, proper foundation. Then it went on to do a master's, which was a bit more entrepreneurial, but still hospitality focused.
Yeah.
And then I did wine and spirits. So I went up to diploma level wine and spirits. And then I was like, okay, tick, done that, no more education, or that kind of school is over.
Yeah.
And then worked in top quality kitchens. So worked in some amazing places.
Oh, hang on a minute. When you say top quality, come on, let's drop some names here. Come on.
Well, places. So when I came to London, initially worked in Wild Honey on Arbutus. So 1 Michelin star restaurants in the heart of London. Proper kind of hardcore Ramsay style kitchens, but amazing. Like the menu changed twice a day. It was proper kind of...
That's the place where they sell you a little fish finger and 4 chips, isn't it? And they
charge you 30 quid.
Yeah.
But honestly, amazing experience. And that's kind of my foundation of like attention to detail and proper standards. Worked with Heston Blumenthal, so did a short stint in the Fat Duck, which was phenomenal. Different style, different level, but amazing experience. And worked in France, worked in Australia a little bit. And yeah, just generally got some different experiences, different types of places over about 10 years in kitchens. And then again, it was kind of tick.
What's next?
Kind of done that to an extent. I wasn't an amazing chef and still am, but it was kind of, I learned what I wanted to learn in a sense. And I was becoming more ambitious to open my own place and to get into the kind of the entrepreneurial side of things. But then I thought, okay, well, it'd be good to learn the front of house and learn the management style and business marketing and so on.
Yeah.
So whilst I was actually in Wild Honey and Arbutus, their sister restaurant in Soho, I flipped to front of house. And then just worked my way up through different...
That must have been a bit different for you. I mean, having to put on a suit and be nice. Because obviously in the kitchen, you don't really, you can talk how you like in the kitchen, can't you? Whereas you're out front, it is please and thank you and madam or mom or however.
Yeah, and like some of the places I worked in kitchens, and I won't name them, but it was quite direct, and kitchens are obviously quite stressful, quite intense, and it's a bit militaristic, a bit army-like. It's very direct. There's no kind of fluff around the conversation.
Yeah.
And going to front of house...
Sorry, that's an interesting question, actually. Yes. Going from front of house to where you originally were, did you find you could take that kind of military-style approach, or you kind of think, I know what they feel like at the back there, I might go a little bit more... Did you kind of switch?
So it was a bit of a learning journey, to be honest. So initially, because I had that direct approach, and it was very much yes, no, there was no kind of, I don't know, deep conversation. It was take an order, bam, done.
That's it.
But you're not really creating a connection or maybe fulfilling or pleasing people as much as you could by making a connection. So some conversations, even with managers, it was just super direct, and they'd be standing back saying, whoa, okay, and I'd be off doing something else, like kind of kitchen style.
Yeah.
So it definitely took learning to slow down and to, I don't know, just adopt to the style of being front of house rather than in the kitchen. So
what I like about your journey is the fact that you did your chefing, and then you're like, right, I want to do front of house now. So you took yourself off and you did some years of front of house to get that experience, and in the position you're in now, that experience is very, very valuable because basically, you know what the food should look like, you know how it should be served, but then again, you also know how the customer should be treated, and so the whole concept of that, this is your whole idea is now come to fruition, and basically it's like, and you can say to people, well, I've done this. Yeah. Because a lot of people may turn around and go, well, what does he know? He doesn't know anything.
Yeah, so one of the biggest things actually, and from working with a lot of managers now, they tend to struggle with chefs. The chefs obviously, again, they have that mentality. And chefs may not respect them because they haven't worked in kitchens, they don't know what they're going through.
Yeah.
But what I tend to definitely so far have got from chefs is respect, because they know I've done it.
Yeah.
And I can talk their language, I can adopt back to being a chef, and that kind of helps me in that way. But I'm a generalist. I'm not an expert or specialist in anything, which has its pros and cons. But hopefully in the future, that, like you said, that general approach will help in business side of things and understanding each area and being able to lead people who are better than me in kitchens, in front of house, in whatever, marketing or whatever it might be.
We like to ask awkward questions. I'm going to ask you an awkward question now. So when you go out for dinner with your friends, so you go around to a friend's house for dinner, are they a bit nervous?
They're terrified. But honestly, I don't judge. I'm just happy not to be cooking or just sit back and chillax and enjoy it. It's yeah.
So I mean, plus somebody else has cooked it, which means you don't have to do the washing up either, or the cooking or anything. So, and on another note, what is your favourite food? What do you like to eat?
That's an impossible question, Neil.
Is it? With me, I'm an English shepherd's pie and stuff like that. You know, I like my meat and potato. And
because he's cooked loads over the past, it's a hard question to actually ask as well, because we're used to what we like to eat. You know, because we don't like cooking too much complex foods. But to him, it's natural. Okay, let's do this one. What's your favourite dish to cook?
Same question, I think. It depends. It depends how you feel.
Oh, okay.
Depends on the day. It's like, what's your favourite clothes, or I don't know. There's styles, but I'd love like a top quality restaurant, like going to the best restaurant in the world. You obviously spend a fortune. It's once in a lifetime kind of thing, but it's amazing. But then I'd love shepherd's pie. I love fish and chips. I'd love whatever, mashed fish and salad or something.
So basically,
it just depends how you feel.
It depends on how you feel on the day. And with the economic climate the way it is at the moment, you know, a lot of people are saying about, you know, it used to be all about fresh fish, didn't it? You know, you have to have fresh fish, and now they're going more towards tins and things like that. Do you think is there a lot of difference between tins and fresh food, or?
I think it's still possible to eat inexpensively with using fresh food.
Yeah.
And I get it's super tough at the moment. And even in Epsom Social, we're doing like £10 lunch deals where you get a main course plus a drink. So we're trying to adapt to the cost of living crisis, which it is, and it's hard. But like even at home in my place, we watch budget, and we're adapting to our own circumstances as well. So I think just by shopping locally, buying maybe more inexpensive veg, whatever's in season might be cheaper, and just you can still cook simply, still use fresh food rather than tins. I would say.
Well, we're only going out 3 times a week now, as opposed to 4 times a week.
Yeah, I know. Hard life.
It is. Thank you very much, Peter. This was great. Now we are going to be coming across to your place, to your social, and we're going to do some taste testing and have a look and have a chat. And I know you've got an activity, you've got an event coming up, haven't you?
Yeah, so we got events every day almost. So we have a weekly event schedule. So from quiz night every Wednesday night, and we do open mic once a month. We do live music Fridays, Saturdays. But we have our first year birthday celebrations on the 26th of August.
Yeah.
We're going to have lots of influencers, live music, we'll have games, just lots of things going on. Birthday cake, free birthday cake. So yeah, invite anybody and everybody. It should be good fun. But if you haven't been to Epsom Social, pop down anyway. There's loads going on pretty much every day. There's something going on. It's a very casual place.
It does sound like an amazing place. And Jack, you need to make that join
we're
call.
We'll make that happen. Yeah.
Make that happen. Okay. All right. Thank you very much for coming, and we will speak to you soon.
Amazing.
Thank
Thanks
you.
very much.
SMJ Media have been perfect in promoting my book, and if you would like to follow for more content or help out and support, then you can go to buymeacoffee.com/SMJ Media Group.